Okay, some more progress on the lift up. So I now have the track on the bottom lift up. And I've still got no power to the tracks yet, but we'll do a boxcar run. So she seems to work okay. So that's 2 tracks down, 1 to go. Okay, the next part on the 3rd bridge is I've got to lay the road bed down, which I'm using the timber again, but this time on this bridge I'm actually going to flip it over. So both will be flipped over like so, and I'm also using a 5mm balsa in between them. So balsa in here, and then it's all flat. So I'll glue all that down, and then I'll put the track on. Okay, the top level's now all dry, except for the track's just loose. Just thought I'd show you what it looks like with track on it. So now all I've got to do is put the track on. And paint it. Then I can put the bridge up. So that will be the next step. Okay, the top bridge now has the track all glued down. So all I've got to do now is paint it. So I'll go ahead and paint it. Okay, she's all painted now. Okay, the 3rd bridge I'm doing a truss bridge, a wooden truss bridge using 6mm balsa wood. So I've just got to cut the angles, and I can't chop this on the chopper, so I've got to do it by hand with a little saw. So just like so. So I'm going to cut I'll cut all the angles and the straight pieces, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, I've pre-marked where my straight beams are going to go. As you can see, I've pre-marked them on the balsa. So all I do is glue the 2 ends using super glue. So that's how high it's actually going to be. Now also on this is, I'm going to have 2 truss bridges on each side. So it's sort of going to look like a double truss, which I'll show you. When I do the 2. And 1 more to go. Now I'm just going to glue the angles on. And that's how it's sort of going to look all the way down. So I'll go ahead and finish gluing it, and then I'll show you the outcome. Okay, the first one's all glued up now. As you can see, I've just got to cut the ends off to match. So back with the saw. And then the other side as well. So voila. So I'll go ahead and finish the other 3, then I'll show you what it will look like. Okay, the whole 4 I've done. As you can see, I've got 2 for this side and 2 for the other side. Now what I'm going to do now is, I have these 5mm balsa wood strips. It's going to actually sit on the bottom to give me gap in between the 2, and then the other one will sit on the top like so. So I'll go ahead and glue that. And I'll show you. Okay, the sort of double trusses are joined together now, as you can see. Also, I've cut these 10mm beams, which are going to be for the tops. So I'll go ahead and glue them on. Okay, all the top beams are now put in. And also on this one I will be having the cable or the wire, which represents the cable, but these ones will have 2 on each side. So I'll go ahead and put them. Okay, for those who didn't see it in my last video doing the wires, all I do is actually, I'm using a 1mm drill bit, and I go to the centre and just drill a hole through it. And the same with the other side. And then all I do is put just eye measurement and do the same on the top. And then I just get the wire and connect it to the other hole, and then you just use a hammer. So that's how I do the wire. Okay, all the wires are now in. Okay, on the bridge I've also put the 9.8mm or side bracing, and now I'm also going to do the cross bracing on the top, which they're not glued yet, so I'll put them in the other lots as well. So when I glue this, then I can put me nuts, bolts and washers on here as well, which I'll show you when I get to that stage. So I'll finish putting the cross bracing on. Okay, all the cross braces on the top have been glued. So now I'll show you how I'm going to put the MBWS's on, the nuts, bolts and washers. Okay, the next job on the bridge is to do me splice plates for me nuts, bolts and washers. So I'm going back on the chopper with the craft sticks. And then I've got my guide to cut so they're all the same. Okay, now all I've got to do is now glue the splice plates on. As you can see, they're just sitting there. So I'm just going to use super glue again, so instead of boring you with me gluing, I will glue them on and show you what it looks like. Okay guys, I'm about to put the nut, bolt and washer on, and this one's actually an 8082, which is a 6-inch square washer with a 3-inch square nut bolt, and they are very tiny things. So I thought I'd show you how I'm actually doing it, because I'm only going to do this twice because it's so hard. And if you can see that, that's how tall and big they are. So what I normally do is get a knife, just cut the ends off. And I'll pick it up with the tweezers, and I'll put a bit of glue on top, and then I poke it in the hole. Try to. That's the first one. Second one, more glue. Some are very tricky. And then I wipe it with a bud, cotton bud. And I've done some before too. So that's how small they actually are. If you can see that. So also I screw a driller hole in them first with a, I don't know the size of the drill bit. But anyway, I'm going to carry on and finish it. I just thought I'd show you how hard it actually is. Okay, all the splice plates are on and the nuts, bolts and washers are all dry. Okay, the truss bridge is now being painted. I've just painted it a grey, and then obviously when I do some weathering, I'll weather the splice plates a different colour just to make it more a timber and plate look. That's what she looks like. So that's the whole 3 bridges now. And I'll just do a push double container load through the bridge. So I'll call this a wrap, part 5, and the next part will be wiring of the tracks and more scenery and weathering. So thanks for watching.